So tempo eccentrics versus the flywheel, which is better? A great study by O'Brien et al. Looks at just that. And nerd! All right, to the nerdery we go then, I suppose. All right, so study design. 20 amateur basketball players, 4 weeks of training, 2 workouts per week, and there were 2 training groups. They looked at eccentric tempo squats versus the flywheel squat. Eccentric tempo squats are when you go down the eccentric portion of the lift and take 4 seconds. So the tempo is 4 seconds on the way down. You immediately go back up in 2 seconds. So it's a 4 to 2 cadence. The flywheel squat is a bit different. There's no tempo control, but they do use a range of motion control. So for the first third, you don't really resist much. The final 2/3, you really put the brakes on. And then on the way up on the concentric, you go as fast as you can. This is used to ensure eccentric overload. For training variables, sets were 4 each, reps were 8 each. For the load, it was 65% of 1 rep max and 0.075 kilogram meter squared. Tempo we went over, and rest for each set was 2 minutes. They did a barrage of tests. Let's get to the results.
Now we're gonna have some fun.
Fun indeed. Vertical jump, improving the flywheel. Squat jump, more in the flywheel. Change of direction, more in the flywheel. Strength, which is interesting because they tested the barbell squat, still more in the flywheel. What about the sprint? Again, goes to the flywheel. And finally, flexibility, that's the one where tempo squat actually came out on top. This study actually graphed individual data, which is pretty cool. So you can look at each person and see how they change throughout the study. And this gives you a more robust picture of all the results. The practical takeaway is both types of training work.
What the hell does that mean?
Fair question. What I mean is both get results. For instance, both improve strength. But that's not the real question. The real question is which is better. And I think it's clear flywheel training works better. Obviously, there's some caveats, but it's definitely the case. A few things this study did not show. It didn't show that there's no need for barbell training, that flywheel squats are better than barbell squats, or the long-term benefits of the flywheel. Big picture, the flywheel is great in the short term, and I think probably in the long term as well, and you should really contemplate including it in your routine if you want to maximize performance.